everyone, and welcome. It's great to meet you all. Welcome to today's webinar on smart bidding and budgets innovations. My name is Justin Huang. I'm a global product lead, and I'm really excited to share the latest on bidding and budgets in Google Ads. With me today, I'm joined by a team of experts, Cody Rakella, a global product lead, as well as Jason Kruger, product manager. Before jumping in, please feel free to submit your questions throughout the session. We'll cover them live at the end, along with the questions we received during the registration. Thanks for sending those in, and after we wrap up, use the feedback form to let us know how we did. And remember, the video of this session will be available on demand. And also, if you're interested in attending more events, please sign up for Accelerate with Google to access personalized resources, the latest announcements, and upcoming events and trainings. Scan the QR code to sign up. So with that, let's take a look at our agenda today. We'll start with value-based bidding and value enhancers, then go over to smart bidding exploration, journey-aware bidding, and then flash sales and holidays, finally ending off with our Q&A. So let's get started with value-based bidding and value enhancers. For many businesses who care about driving conversion value, value-based bidding continues to be the gold standard for advertisers looking to take advantage of AI-powered search. On average, we see that advertisers that switch their bid strategy to a target ROAS strategy can see a 14% increase in conversion value at a similar ROAS. Taking advantage of VBB starts with expressing all of your business goals, such as transactions, new customer acquisition, or store visits, or app conversions. Then value-based bidding combines those goals with billions of signals on our side to set precise bids at auction time. All of this is then supercharged by pairing this with features like AI Maxed, as well as uncapping your budgets. Focusing on expressing business goals, we wanted to highlight that advertisers have the ability to add these business critical signals to get more performance out of smart bidding today. If you have an app business, for example, in addition to your regular e-commerce business, these conversions can drive increased performance across campaign types. Or if you have a physical location, optimizing to e-com and store sales can help you drive maximum omni revenue. Or if you have a goal to drive new customers, you can also use Google New Customer Value or New Customer Modes, which we'll talk about briefly, each one coming up. Starting with app conversions. If you have a business where purchases can happen on site or in the app, it's important to track your app conversions and bid towards them in search, shopping, PMAX campaigns to ensure that your campaign bidding models are using these quality signals to work more efficiently. Signals inform bidding systems on a value of a potential customer, such as the likelihood of them converting, and this information is actually used to decide when the bid is placed and how much to bid for an ad space. In other words, more signals that you provide to Google fuel the optimization models to deliver ads more effectively, leading to higher campaign performance. So the great thing about Web to App Connect is that it also complements your existing bidding strategies. We recommend utilizing Web to App Connect with max conversion value or TROAS bidding strategies. However, any of the smart bidding strategies will also work as well. In fact, advertisers that implement app conversion tracking and bid for Web to App Connect can see on average 1.9 times higher conversion rate for users who have the app installed. Next, we'll shift gears to omni bidding. Smart bidding using online and offline objectives is essential for advertisers that have a store presence. Bidding to online and offline conversion actions with Google, you're putting your advertiser in front of customers no matter where they are in the customer journey. You're giving the bidder more information to help your advertiser capture users in their moment of decision and across our platforms from search to YouTube to Google Maps. Campaign coverage exists from search, shopping with local inventory ads, as well as PMAX, and enables your investment to show customers across all of Google networks driving towards a store visit, sale, or local action. And using this combination of conversion goals can help maximize your investment. In fact, we see that advertisers that use omnichannel smart bidding drive, on average, a 15% increase in omni ROAS at a similar cost. Go to the next one. Thank you. Google offers 3 different types of conversion actions to allow advertisers to optimize to offline objectives: local actions, store visits, and store goals. These three options offer the chance for advertisers to achieve their offline goals via omnichannel or offline-only bidding. All of these actions represent key touchpoints on the customer journey, whether they go in store, to buy, or just to look. And when it comes to using these conversions in value-based bidding, you can either set static or dynamic values to bid towards those online actions. Last but not least, we'll talk about new customer acquisition. So we know that while top line revenue and profit are really important for businesses, we also know that securing new business, expanding market share, as well as acquiring customers who will fuel future growth is also very important. And so whether you call it prospecting or acquisition, new customer acquisition is the critical function that ensures new customers are prioritized, and that's essential for many of you for long-term business success. New customer acquisition goal is available on our highest ROI driving surfaces, and it leverages your first-party data, robust conversion measurement, and value-based bidding. This all drives long-term value, sustainable profitability, and top-line growth, all at no extra cost in a privacy-safe way. We offer a variety of goal modes tailored to your specific new customer acquisition strategy and ensures that it's more than just a one-size-fits-all approach. Whether you need to reach a new customer who is not yet aware of your brand, or you want to drive acquisition efficiency, or you want to focus on maximizing the highest lifetime value for your new customers. Now I'll pass it over to Jason, and he'll tell us more about smart bidding exploration.
Thank you, Justin. Hi, everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a product manager working on smart bidding. Today, I'm really excited to talk to you about one of our newest bidding products, Smart Bidding Exploration. Exploration was announced at Google Marketing Live this past May and has been one of the fastest growing new bidding features in many years. Powering the product is a new advanced AI, which bids more opportunistically on queries that might have been previously just out of reach. This results in capturing new traffic that drives conversions. Advertisers provide smart bidding with additional flexibility through a ROAS tolerance, which the algorithm uses to explore to find new valuable traffic sources. Currently, this is supported for search campaigns using target ROAS bidding strategies that are not limited by budget. Advertisers using Exploration see an average of 19% increased conversions and 18% increased unique search query categories with conversions. These gains come from the bidding AI systems capturing traffic from more diverse sources, which scales conversion volume across the bidding strategy. It's important to note that Exploration bids more expansively on your current eligible targeting. This includes AI Max, Broad Match, and DSA. Enabling Exploration is simple. Navigate to the Smart Bidding Exploration card within Campaign Settings, just below the Bidding Settings card. It can be enabled in the Settings panel within the Bid Strategy report also, or through the Google Ads API. Here you'll specify the ROAS tolerance that the bidding AI algorithms will use to find new valuable traffic sources. We recommend using broad targeting, such as AI Max, before enabling Exploration, as this provides smart bidding with the most flexibility to drive performance uplift. It's important to note that Exploration only works for search campaigns that are not limited by budget. If campaigns are limited by budget, Exploration will be disabled in the backend, even though the checkbox is still selected, and you'll see the average ROAS target increase proportionally to the ROAS tolerance. Exploration drives better performance compared to similar lowered ROAS target changes. Campaigns using Exploration typically see a 13% increase in unique search query categories and a 10% increase in conversions compared to a comparable target reduction. Please keep this in mind when enabling Exploration, as many advertisers are finding that their Exploration effective ROAS targets are sustainably profitable. Here's a simple visual to get a sense on how Exploration works. Without Exploration, it's common that search terms with strong performance history continue to generate the majority of traffic. These are generally safe bets for the bidder, which can easily predict that ROAS targets will be met. However, for low traffic search terms, it's often more challenging for the bidding system to predict performance, which sometimes leads to low traffic. Smart Bidding Exploration is specifically designed to use the provided ROAS tolerance to bid on more of the existing targeting query pool that you're already eligible for. Next, Cody will cover a recent case study from Exploration.
Thanks, Jason. So in light of Q4, I wanted to share a retail case study, but this is relevant for not only all retailers, but all performance advertisers. So to get into it, by adopting smart bidding exploration at just a 10% lower target ROAS, carparts.com achieved 93% sales uplift, 111% increase in conversions, and a 172% increase in unique search traffic. These were pretty incredible results, but I want to read the quote by the CMO. They said, "Smart bidding exploration on search has been instrumental in helping us tap into new and valuable traffic sources. By allowing a bit more flexibility in our ROAS targets, we've seen a significant uplift in both the volume and diversity of our conversions." So this just goes to show the power of how well exploration can work, especially when you follow the best practices of using broad targeting and healthy budgets. Up next, we will go through a quick live demo of smart bidding exploration for search campaigns and how you can enable this feature in your ad account later this year. Okay, so how exploration works. In this example, you can see a query pool without smart bidding exploration, and then on the right-hand side, a query pool with exploration enabled, and you can see the new incremental search queries that an advertiser can achieve by enabling the feature. There's a couple best practices on the targeting side, such as using broad match, DSA, or AI Max, and this will enable you to capture traffic from more diverse sources, and it'll also enable you to scale conversion volume within your existing targeting. So 2 clear value props to help you get the most of this feature. Now, as a reminder, you must be using a search campaign and target ROAS bidding to be eligible for exploration. This is a quick example of what it looks like in the UI and with the ROAS target tolerance slider. As a reminder, make sure your campaigns are not limited by budget when using exploration. Okay, so on the campaign level, this is a quick look in the interface on Google Ads of how you can enable it. All you got to do is check the box to opt in. And then from there, you can see the 10 to 30% ROAS target tolerance range of how much you want to explore. So for example, if your original target was at 200%, by using a 10% ROAS target tolerance, it would go down to 180. And after implementing exploration, navigate to the bid strategy report here. And in addition to top line metrics, you'll see traffic diversity metrics exclusively available for campaigns on exploration. So you can see the unique search query categories, traffic, and the incrementality. Best practice is to test for at least 6 to 8 weeks. And if it's successful, look to scale further from there. So that's the end of the demo. For more, you can check out our Help Center, and looking forward to seeing how this feature does going forward. Next up, I will hand it over to Justin to talk through journey-aware bidding.
Thank you, Cody. Great video demo. Now, journey-aware bidding is a new model launch aimed at improving performance for more complex and multi-step purchase journeys, beginning with search campaigns using target CPA. For context, we're looking to launch this globally next year, so it has not launched yet. To better illustrate it, take this example of a lead gen advertiser that is bidding towards a closed deal. The volume and frequency of a closed deal is low, and currently smart bidding only uses the closed deal conversion goal to inform smart bidding predictions. When journey-aware bidding launches, in the same scenario, smart bidding will still continue to optimize towards driving those closed deals, but bidding will start using all of the conversion actions marked as primary across the other conversion goals to start improving performance. So in this instance, phone calls, form submissions, etc., those conversions will help improve predictions for closed deals. As mentioned, we're looking to launch globally early next year, but there are actions you can start taking today to prepare for that launch. So performance uplift from journey-aware bidding will benefit from the quality of the data you provide to Google to better predict the conversion you're optimizing towards. So starting today, you can start implementing some of these conversion health principles to get prepared for it. First, we encourage you to start importing into Google Ads all of the actions in your customer lead to sale journey. Second, and this is very important, ensure that the conversion actions you're uploading into Google Ads are placed in the correct conversion goal category. For example, if you're uploading an appointment booking conversion, make sure that it's mapped and set as primary in the book appointment standard goal category. not in-page visit or custom goal. Finally, if you're not already doing so, optimize your bid strategy to one stage of your purchase journey and select the one that is most meaningful for your business. Up next, I'll hand it back to Jason, who will talk about some of the best practices during flash sales over the holiday period. Over to you, Jason.
Thanks, Justin. I'll quickly share some best practices on using smart bidding during a seasonal event, such as a flash sale. In general, the bidding system may take up to one conversion cycle to adjust to a trend, which is often too slow to maximize performance during short promotional events. This is why we recommend advertisers use seasonality adjustments for these short events, where significant changes in performance are expected. For example, in the upcoming Black Friday weekend, you may typically see a 50% increase in value per click compared to normal. Here, you should strongly consider using a seasonality adjustment with a multiplier of around 50% to ensure you're capitalizing on the rapid shift in user demand and conversion rates. Here's a simple decision tree to help visualize when you might want to consider using seasonality adjustments compared to simply allowing smart bidding AI to optimize normally. If you only expect an increase in traffic volume with similar conversion rates or value per click, smart bidding will naturally adapt to the volume shift seasonal trend. Just make sure there's sufficient budget headroom for the bidding AI to optimize. To contrast, if you expect a significant shift in conversion rate or value per click, we typically recommend advertisers consider applying seasonality adjustments. If the conversion rate shift is longer term, let's say a week or more, seasonality adjustments are not necessarily needed, though they may help with speeding up ramp up for the first few days. For short-term spikes, a few days or so, we do recommend using seasonality adjustments to help maximize performance during the short event. One tip to estimate value multipliers would be to review performance from similar past promotions. For example, if similar previous events had a 50% increase in value per click, you should roughly apply 50% as your seasonality adjustment multiplier. Lastly, during seasonal events, you should always feel comfortable tuning your goals, including ROAS targets or changes to seasonality adjustment multipliers to achieve your desired performance. Next, Cody will talk a bit about seasonal budget adjustments.
Perfect. So on the same page as seasonality adjustments, you can also choose seasonal budget adjustments. And that's simply to plan ahead for budget increases you want to have during peak or promotional periods, so you don't need to go in at the last minute and increase budgets when it's too late. Now we will go into the key takeaways from today's presentation. So first, optimize budgets to take full advantage of the increase in online traffic and to get the most uplift from our AI-powered solutions. Second is to lean into value-based bidding. Our best practices and across the funnel, VBB is definitely going to help you going forward. Next would be to consider adopting smart bidding exploration if you have search campaigns on target ROAS bidding. And finally, make seasonality adjustments for key promotions this holiday season to make the most of peak and capture the most demand. Now, before moving to Q&A, don't forget to sign up for Accelerate with Google to get access to more resources to help support your learning and much more.
Okay, thanks everyone. So we're going to take some live questions. Thank you for everyone who submitted those. So let's get started. First, we have a question from Bridget. Question is, are there any thresholds campaigns should be broken out? I'd like to better understand how performance differs compared to consolidation. So this is a good question. So generally speaking, there would not be a significant change in performance by breaking out or consolidating campaigns, as smart bidding learns across all the conversion actions that are reported in what's called the conversions column, and even across accounts when cross-account conversion is used. This applies for all campaigns, even if they're using different goals or bidding strategies. So generally speaking, we wouldn't really recommend breaking out campaigns. We just recommend configuring bid strategies to align to your business goals. Thank you for the question. Next question is from Victoria. How can I maximize value-based bidding when it's hit a plateau? So smart bidding AI will continuously aim to maximize performance across a bidding strategy. To further scale performance, it does depend on how plateau is defined and how flexible you are with targets. So for example, if you define plateau as a consistent number of clicks and spend at a ROAS target, first we'd recommend probably enabling smart bidding exploration, which is specifically designed to increase your traffic diversity and conversions as mentioned. It does work best with expanded targeting like AI Max, and so you may also wish to consider value enhancers here as well. Thanks. Next question is from, I think it's pronounced Win. Win wants to know how to drive foot traffic to multiple retail locations that are locally targeted without breaking the bank. Justin, you want to take this one?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Wine Styles, for the question. First, you should start by tracking offline conversion actions that matter to your business. So this could be a local action or store visit or an actual store sale. And once you're reporting on those offline conversions, you can optimize your spend to drive those conversions in two ways. So let's say you choose store sales. You can either change your core campaigns to bid towards a mix of e-com revenue and store sale revenue, which is called omni bidding, or you can set up a separate PMAX campaign that solely optimizes towards driving store sales. And then you can set the efficiency target that your business is willing to pay for.
Great. Next, we have a question from Reed. How does daily budget affect auction entry? If spend nears or exceeds the limit, will the bidder still enter for high converting queries or become more selective? Okay, so for campaigns that are limited by budget, impressions, and overall performance will also be limited. So we do recommend setting lower ROAS targets or increasing your budgets while using smart bidding to maximize performance. Furthermore, we do recommend exploration, as mentioned, because that does help scale performance by providing the bidding system with even more flexibility. So I'd say you can think about smart bidding as performing best when not limited by budget, and when possible, using exploration allows to really ensure that the maximum opportunities are presented and accounted for. Next, we have a question from Karnia. How can I scale while hitting strict ROAS goals? I don't want to be too limiting with TROAS, but I do have to hit certain goals. Cody, would you like to answer this one?
Absolutely. So there are a few key levers advertisers can pull to help hit growth goals while on target ROAS. First, start with setting the right budgets and targets using budget and bid simulators within the Google Ads UI, as this will help you avoid being budget or target constrained. Then to take it to the next level, for search campaigns that are on target ROAS that are currently live and there's some flexibility on the bid target, consider adopting smart bidding exploration as a way to get more conversion volume and traffic diversity at a 10 to 30% lower set ROAS target.
Thanks, Cody. Next, we have a question from Joel. How does smart bidding work in Performance Max campaigns? Okay, so Performance Max utilizes smart bidding AI technology to optimize towards your next best ROI conversion in all inventory and in real time. And it works by adjusting bids and channel investments, prioritizing, capturing the next highest conversion for your given budget. So this is known as marginal ROI optimization. Performance Max has always used the latest smart bidding AI powered features and technology as well. So you can always be sure you're getting the best bidding capabilities when you choose Performance Max. Next, we've got a question from Andre. How can I leverage my first-party data, such as information about converted leads, to help AI learn and improve faster? Justin, you want to grab this one?
Yeah, sure. So if you haven't already, start with uploading your first-party lists of your converted leads into audiences via customer match. So these audiences, if kept fresh, can be used as valuable bidding signals to improve the performance of your campaign. Also, with the launch of Journey Aware Bidding next year, providing Google with conversion actions that map to your full lead to sale journey and then categorizing them correctly in standard goals will also help Google AI learn faster. And back to Jason.
Great, thanks. Next, we've got a question. Sorry, I'm trying to find where we just were. This next one from Ryan. Yeah. So Ryan asks, how will smart bidding and budgeting change with greater integration of AI campaigns and Google Ads overall? So for more than a decade, smart bidding has been powered by AI. More recently, we've been building more ads products that utilize AI, such as AI Max and Exploration, which drive further performance improvements. So overall, smart bidding is going to benefit from any ads product that drives improved performance with AI, and it's overall in our top design strategies. Next question is from Freeze. Freeze is asking, what's the #1 performance hack in the area of smart bidding and budget that can get DTC brands the competitive advantage to win peak season the end of the year? Cody, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So for DTC or direct-to-consumer brands, in order to maximize performance for peak season, we recommend combining bidding and budget's best practices. So using value-based bidding and seasonality adjustments with Google's new AI-powered performance products. You could think AI Max and Smart Bidding Exploration as the go-to AI performance products to lean into. So this combination of a great measurement foundation and leaning into our new AI-powered search products will help advertisers capture more intent during peak holiday.
Thanks, Cody. Our next question is from Sun. For new campaigns or geos with limited conversion data, what's the best way to accelerate smart bidding learning without overfitting to noisy early signals, especially in web to app setups? Smart bidding will learn across all conversion actions as reported in the conversions column, and also across all accounts when cross-account conversion tracking is used. So this applies for all campaigns, even if they're configured for different goals and different strategies. And so for the case you've mentioned, we do expect smart bidding to generalize performance for these new and low volume campaigns based on the overall account performance history. As more data accumulates, individual campaign performance will be more strongly used compared to account level. Hope that answers your question. Our next one's from Sean. I manage 315 Performance Max campaigns, one per property, but as the only PPC expert in my company, I'm finding they aren't driving the highest quality leads. Justin, you want to grab this?
Yeah, for sure. So smart bidding will optimize towards the goal you provided. So providing higher quality conversion goal data can improve your lead quality. So some solutions here could be bidding towards your actual lower funnel goal, using solutions like enhanced conversions for leads to start sharing those offline conversions with Google. Once you're bidding towards a lower funnel goal, also, if you also have search campaigns bidding to TCPA, consider cleaning up your conversion goal categorization to take advantage of the Journey Aware Bidding launch. And then also, as I kind of mentioned before, upload those first-party audiences to signal to bidding, and then those will help improve performance as well.
Great. Our next one is from Alejandro. Asks, how can I be sure that the bids being placed are good enough to reach my sales objectives? So as we've discussed previously, smart bidding AI always aims to hit a specified target, for example, $50 cost per conversion, also known as CPA, while also maximizing performance. In other words, while using smart bidding, you should always expect to get the maximum volume while also achieving your performance goals. The easiest way to check performance against the specified target is in the bid strategy report. There, you'll see the average CPA target during a period compared to the actual CPA. If you ever doubt that performance may not be optimal, you're always welcome to run an A/B test. For example, you could test CPA versus target ROAS to see which bid strategy works best for you. Our next question is from Alexander. How to test and analyze the smart bidding function? Great question. So there's lots of ways to test smart bidding. It does depend on what you're trying to test. The simplest approach is always a pre-post test. This works well when we expect a very large change to have a significant effect, say 20% or more. For more precise tests or tests with smaller signals, we typically do recommend a geo-split approach where the control and experiment groups target different locations. However, it is important to mention that for running these kinds of tests, smart bidding AI does take typically 1 to 2 conversion cycles to learn a new pattern. So we advise planning for a long enough test period to buffer for this initial transition. Thank you for that question. Our next one's from Eugene. How can smart bidding help to lower budgets while also increasing the number of leads? Okay, so smart bidding will, as I've mentioned before, always achieve the best performance while achieving the specified target. While there might not be a magic recipe to lower spend and increase conversion volume, you should feel confident that you're always getting the best performance with smart bidding. For example, if you're still bidding manually, you're going to almost certainly see higher lead volume at lower spend or similar ROI when moving to target CPA, and you'll see further uplifts moving to target ROAS. Okay, let's move to the next question. I think the next one's from Robin. So Robin asks, what is best instead of value-based bidding for industries where the customer value is not available, such as finance or banking? So here we recommend target CPA, which maximizes conversions at a specified cost per action. Alternatively, you can consider maximize conversions, which does something similar, but instead of a target CPA, it aims to spend the full budget. Next question's from Turner. What's the benefit of using smart bidding exploration versus just opening up targets and lowering the actual target? So this is a great question. It's one we get often. I mentioned this briefly earlier in the session. So first, when smart bidding exploration is enabled, the bid strategy will aim to achieve the lowered target proportional to the ROAS tolerance. So for example, if you have a 200% base ROAS target and a 10% exploration tolerance, you'll see 180% as the average ROAS target inside the bid strategy report and other places in the UI. Many advertisers have tested exploration versus an equivalent lower target. On average, those campaigns using exploration typically see a 13% increased unique search query categories and a 10% increase in conversions compared to that comparable target reduction. So in short, advertisers are universally seeing better performance using exploration compared to the equivalent lower target. And you're always welcome to test this on your own. Our next question is from Abby. I think it's a question about our case study. Smart bidding exploration only works on target ROAS bidding type. Cody, do you want to take this one?
Yes. So smart bidding exploration is only supported on target ROAS bid strategy on search campaigns at this time. So we hear you on the question, but just to answer it very clearly, it's just target ROAS and it's just search for now.
Thanks, Cody. Our next question comes from Samantha. How does smart bidding exploration's ROAS increase proportional to the target ROAS tolerance if we're limited by budget and therefore it's disabled in the background? Yeah, so thanks for asking this. I'm happy to elaborate a little bit because I know I went through this quickly earlier. So as I mentioned previously, when a campaign becomes limited by budget, exploration will be disabled in the back end, even though the checkbox for enabling exploration is still enabled. So you'll notice in the bid strategy report that the average ROAS target returns to its normal level. And this is another indication that it has been turned off. So we always recommend having sufficient budget headroom when using exploration for this reason. It will not hurt performance. It'll just sort of go back to when exploration is not enabled. So you can always effectively measure using the average ROAS target in the bid strategy report. Hope that helps. Next question is from Ting Ting. How does journey-aware bidding work with call measurement? Justin, want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the question, Ting Ting. So it would work the same as other conversion actions as long as you put it within the standard conversion goal. So as kind of mentioned, anything that goes within the standard conversion goals, and if you're bidding towards a different conversion, that call measurement will be used to inform and improve the performance of what you're bidding towards. And then Jason got the next question.
Yep, sounds good. So the next question looks like it's from Samantha. When will Journeyware bidding be available in the US? Is there a way to get into the beta? Justin?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Samantha. At the moment, so we have no defined timeline other than we're hoping to ship and launch early next year. But please do stay tuned. We don't have a beta or a pilot that's open for advertisers to test. But as said, please stay in touch with your Google Ads representative for more information about it next year.
Awesome. Next one is from Lisa. It's a question about the case study. What percentage did spend increase for car parts to achieve those results? Cody?
Yeah. So for that question, look, we didn't share the specific spend increase for car parts, but to repeat the results, the retail advertiser achieved 93% sales uplift, 111% increase in conversions, and a 172% increase in unique search traffic at just using a 10% lower ROAS. I do want to caveat though, we do have our externally shareable claim where, on average, customers that are using Exploration achieve around 19% more conversions and 18% more unique search traffic. Again, at that 10% lower ROAS. I think in the case of car parts, they used the feature at the right time, and they had the best practices that Jason and I have been, talking about during this presentation with broad targeting, not limited by budget. Turning it on at the right time, you can get more uplift than our average claim, but that was just to level set expectations.
Thanks, Cody. Our next question is from Mark. Can seasonality adjustments be controlled by custom scripts? I know at one time it was not supported. So I'm actually not sure about scripts. We'll have to check on that, but I can confirm that seasonality adjustments are eligible to be configured through the API, and many of our advertisers utilize that capability. And as I mentioned in the flash sale presentation earlier, you can also adjust in real time during a promotion. So it's a highly effective tool to make sure that you're maximizing performance overall and also to utilize it at scale. But we'll have to check back in next time in terms of if it's supported with scripts. You could also reach out to our support team on that. Our next question is from Luke. For Journeyware bidding, if a user has low volume but high value clients and uses leads as the main conversion, can they upload post-conversion events to better inform the bidding algorithm? Justin, do you want to grab this one?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for your question, Luke. So if I understand correctly, you're asking for the conversions that happen after what you're actually bidding towards, are they still valuable for Journeyware bidding to upload? So the answer is yes. So if you are bidding towards something that's more in the mid-funnel, Journeyware bidding is actually bi-directional in its learning. So if you choose not to bid towards that lowest funnel conversion that you're uploading offline after, that will still be able to inform and better predict the kind of more upper funnel conversion that you are bidding towards. So all those kind of best practices still apply. Bid towards what is important for you, and then upload the conversions and categorize them correctly.
Thank you, Justin. The next question is from Chirag. Will Smart Bidding Exploration override any adjusted ROAS recommendations? I want to be notified before Exploration makes any changes to my ROAS. Cody, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I'll say there is no, it will not. And when you go into the UI to enable Exploration, you can slide the ROAS target tolerance slider anywhere from 10 to 30%, and then check the box to opt in, and then click save. So you'll be able to see the impact to your target ROAS before enabling it in real time based off of the slider there. Furthermore, there will still be bid target adjustment recommendations and optimization score and bid target simulators. So advertisers can still see the effect if they were to lower their bid targets versus, let's say, enabling Exploration. The last thing I'll say there, though, is that there is incremental value to enabling Exploration beyond just lowering your bid targets manually. And that was the uplift stat that Jason shared earlier around a plus 10% lift in conversions and a plus 13% lift in unique search query categories with conversions when using Exploration versus just manually lowering your targets by 10%. So there you have it for that question.
Thank you, Cody. Alex asks, if 3 types of my conversion actions have the same value to me, should I continue with max conversions, target CPA, or switch to max conversion value or target ROAS? Justin?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Alex. So I think this is maybe a similar answer as what Jason had answered above. If your business truly doesn't have a variable value in terms of the conversions that you get in, so everything is kind of a flat margin for you, we would kind of recommend continuing to go down the path of using max conversions or TCPA, as that makes more sense for your business and matches what your goals are. But if you do have other lines of business that have variable value and your goal is to drive revenue there, then we do recommend target ROAS.
Thanks, Justin. Next one is from Anthony. Can you help me understand how primary conversions impact campaigns and the algorithm, especially if they're not included in account goals? Great question. Justin, you want to cover it?
Yeah, so at a high level, enabling a conversion action or setting it to as primary, not enabling, allows it to be eligible to be used in optimization as well as for reporting. But what actually allows it to be optimized and reported against is if you select it either in your account default or for a specific campaign as the conversion to optimize towards it. So what's new with Journeyware bidding is that if you have conversion goals, which are not in the account default or not within or not being optimized towards from specific campaigns, those primary conversion actions and those goals can be used now to improve bidding predictions. Hopefully that answers your question.
Awesome. Our next one's from Catherine, who asks, is the report for smart bidding exploration fully available to all advertisers, or is it in beta? I'm not sure what Catherine might be referring to with the report specifically, but I can say that smart bidding exploration is fully available. We do still have a beta sticker in the UI as we're continuing to make improvements to the product, but all search campaigns are eligible to use this product without beta access. Next question is from Megan. What would be the difference between smart bidding, exploration, ROAS tolerance, and just lowering your ROAS target manually? So I covered this before, but it's a great question we get all the time, so I'll just reiterate. Broadly speaking, our advertisers are seeing significantly better performance in this scenario. We're seeing advertisers approximately getting 13% more increased search query categories and 10% increase in conversions compared to the comparable target reduction. Encourage advertisers that are curious to test on their own to see your own results, but we do generally see significant performance improvements compared to the target reduction. Thank you for the question. Next one's from Bryce. Looks like there's a few questions left. Bryce asks, without endlessly raising budgets, how can we best maximize conversion value bidding during Black Friday, Cyber Monday promos to avoid running out of budget midday? Well, this is a great question. I guess the best answer I can provide if you don't want to endlessly raise your budgets is to just set a really, really high budget. I'm obviously biased because I work on this product and believe very much in its capabilities, but if you do trust the system and the algorithm to achieve your performance goals, recognizing that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is a highly unique period of time and very sensitive, the most budget here would be ideal. The more budget you have, the more flexibility, the less you'll be limited. And of course, you need to manage targets and seasonality adjustments midday. But higher budgets is probably my answer here. You could also consider shared budgets, which will utilize other campaigns and ensure that it can be shifted across campaigns if you're willing to use that. Next question is from Moria. What will brand campaign smart bidding exploration match with? So I'm not exactly sure here what the question is referring to. I'm going to presume that this means that brand campaigns utilize only exact match targeting. So if exact match targeting is used, the exploration algorithm will still attempt to do exploration. However, in many cases, we would not expect exploration to really find new valuable traffic since the targeting is highly constrained. It is possible, and we do see advertisers with exact match to get significant benefits from exploration, but this then tends to be the non-brand campaigns which have a lot more targeting opportunities. So yeah, you can certainly try it on brand campaigns to see if you can gain higher performance and broader targeting, but most likely it'll be limited compared to the effective broad match. I think we've got just one more question from John here. What's the difference between a traditional search campaign versus the same campaign that is AI Max enabled? How does the algorithm change? So at least I'll speak from the smart bidding perspective. So smart bidding aims to have maximum flexibility, limited constraints. AI Max targeting, as with other broad match, offers a much more robust opportunity for bidding to be flexible and drive performance. So the algorithm doesn't explicitly change, but it generally has more freedom. That being said, exploration is specifically designed with the broadest targeting in mind. And so the exploration algorithm is different. As mentioned, it more opportunistically bids on search queries that are just sort of out of reach. And so the algorithm through exploration does change, but AI Max on its own does not change the algorithm. So I think that's all the questions that I see here. And that's all we have. So thank you all for joining today. I know many of you asked for sharing the slides. So remember that you'll also be able to rewatch this session on demand. And don't miss the chance to share your thoughts. Your opinion is very valuable to us. So please fill out the feedback survey that's on the screen. I think it's to the right now. Your feedback does help to make sure our future sessions are even better. We hope to see you in the next Google Ads Academy. Take care.